Hello and welcome, fellow film buffs. I'm Hunter Van Leerup, and I'm joined by my co-host and someone who didn't get any sleep last night, Zachary Droll.
Yeah, been up for pretty much almost 24 hours.
How much do you hate yourself?
A lot. I love having so many web shows, man.
Dude, I got a bunch of podcasts too. I get it. The grind is real.
So I want to talk about a TikTok I sent you.
Oh, geez, which one?
The
Taco Bell ones?
What?
The Taco Bell ones?
No. It was the
What you know about rolling around in your pee when you eat Taco Bell? You shit when you sneeze, and I can't lay down 'cause it hurts my butt cheeks.
Oh!
So
yeah, that was good.
So the thing is, like, you said like LMAO, what the fuck? And like, well,
yeah.
to be honest, if you found it first, you were gonna send it to me.
Dude, you know I would have. But like,
then also,
I watched it and I was like, what the fuck?
And also, yes, so the Taco Bell ones are interesting because I saw I saw the one from inside the restaurant first.
Yeah.
Then like a few swipes later, there was the result.
Sometimes God gives you lemonade, you know? He doesn't give you lemons, he just gives you the lemonade.
I've gotten those a few times. Like, I got the one where it was the two friends and a girl was like, yo, me and just two girls renting out a U-Haul. And a friend goes like, we're not lesbians. Then we scroll through later. Just saw two lesbians on their first date.
Either you sent that to me, or I saw that in the wild as well. In which case, both awesome.
Yes, it's so like when you see those things, it's like finding the extra nugget in your McDonald's box.
Dude, yeah, it's like I told you. God came down, didn't give you lemons, just gave you lemonade. He was like, you did good.
Yeah, here you go, enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I've seen a couple of those in my time on the talk. You know.
They're interesting. They're fun. Also, news that I want to talk about is that Adrian Toffe just finished wrapping up his movie, the one that we talked about when we were recording "Be My Cat," a film for Anne.
Which one was that?
Hold on. That was the one of "We Put the World to Sleep." That was a tweet I sent you the other day.
Yeah, I mean, what was do we know the plot of it yet, or we just know what it's called?
I think it was the End of the World movie that he's doing. I think it might be
the one he tweeted out where it was like, hey, if I made an apocalypse movie, who would watch it?
Well, it was that. Then also like we covered it in
we probably
Be My
mentioned
Cat.
it. Yeah,
and it's supposed to be another found footage film, movie. It might be good. It might be
dude.
bad.
If it's a found footage horror movie during an apocalypse where he's like a bunker guy and he has to he makes these like girls hide in the bunker with him and then he like kills them, that'd be fucking sick.
Also, like, anything like, especially when this was filmed, it was like during the pandemic, so anything is possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so the apocalypse is gonna be like, oh man, we gotta hide inside this room.
Speaking of the apocalypse, I have to finish up the Bo Burnham Netflix special.
Oh my god, dude, Inside is so good.
So I was watching it, then I fell asleep during it. I think I fell asleep.
How can you fall asleep?
Well, I was watching it as soon as I got home from work from helping my dad with the newspaper. So
so it was like 5 in the morning.
It was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like watching it then.
Oh, I thought you meant like you were watching in the middle of the day and you fell asleep to take a nap. I was like, how? It's so good and entertaining.
But I think I fell asleep like right after, I think, White Girl Instagram.
That's my favorite song in that entire thing. I love it so much.
Or no, it was like one of his like it was or either that or after the one where he said he turned 30.
Oh, the one where he's like, I'm a piece of shit.
He's like, well, I just turned 30 and I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, let's just dive into what we're talking about though in this movie.
Not even anything that involved what we just talked about.
Exactly. Let's hop back into the subject of this fucking podcast.
Let's hop back into the sewers and be little turtle boys. We're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2007.
And we thought it was 2009.
I don't know why. I don't know why we thought it was 2009. Probably because it was like edgy and we were like, that's 2009.
Because I was like, I stated this in my notes and I'll state this even here. This was my first time rewatching the movie since I saw it in theaters.
Oh, dude, same.
Like I saw this movie in theaters.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. I actually think I've seen this movie 3 times. Once in theaters, once at home, and then this time again. And I'm just like, it's okay. We'll get more into it later.
It was like, so I bought this movie physically, but
I think I have it somewhere.
But I bought it when it appeared at my Dollar Tree that I used to work at.
Dude, nice.
So I picked up a bunch of Blu-rays, and it was on Blu-ray too. I picked it up for $1.
Man, dude, dollar movies, whether or not that they're like, quality, $1 is $1. I'll get any movie for $1.
I did a dumb thing, and I picked it up on Amazon Prime for like $3.
Only $3? That's not bad still.
I picked up the digital version for $3.
That's not bad. I thought you were gonna say you got the fucking Steelbook edition for $35. I was gonna be like, no.
Wait, did they make a Steelbook for this?
Dude, they probably did. It's
It's
considered a cult classic.
Actually,
a lot of fans love it.
Actually, if I look up the Steelbook for this, it'll probably just pull up the 2014 one with Megan Fox. Or no, 2016 one with Megan Fox.
Look up TMNT 2007 Steelbook. Straight up, just fucking tell it to them like they're little babies. Be like, hey, this is exactly what I want.
Let's see, did they make one? They did not.
Wow, I'm surprised. Well, they'll probably have a 20-year anniversary one to come out because
Oh God,
dude, 5 years.
Don't say that to me. That makes me old. That makes me feel so old, man.
It goddamn should.
Damn, like yeah, it's gonna be 20 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, real soon. I saw this movie when I was that's 2007. I was like 10 years old when I saw this movie.
Oof. Big oof.
I think about like either or 9.
I was older than you. I think I'm 2 years older than you.
I was born in 98.
Yeah, I was born in 97. So yeah, I'm a year or so older than you, depending on birthdays. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
man,
like,
I remember seeing
fuck.
this in theaters, and I loved it when I was a kid. But like I said, watching it again, I was like, how could they do me so wrong?
I can say the only thing I like about this movie is just the stuff with Raphael.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff to like. There's just not a lot of stuff to love, if that makes any sense.
I love the stuff with Raphael though. Him doing the Night Watcher stuff.
I'm the Night Watcher.
I still gush over the freaking rain scene when he's fighting Leonardo.
Oh, that's a good scene.
That's my favorite scene in the entire movie.
What I absolutely love about this, and I don't know if we're going to get to it later, but I'll talk about it now. Raphael is not recognized by Leonardo, his brother, but Casey Jones straight up fucking outs him.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Casey Jones is like, Raph? And then he's like, shut the fuck up, Casey, what are you doing? And it's, how'd you know? He's like, you're a turtle in a fucking metal suit. And then fucking, oh my god, Leonardo shows up. He's like, who's this mysterious warrior? And it's like, bro, it's obviously a metal turtle. I don't know what you're talking about.
But also, yeah, so, I'm assuming we're going to talk about, like, yes, so Nolan North voiced Raphael, and in the most, like generic New York cartoon accent ever, like, hey, bibbity boppity,
oh yeah, he was like, hey, what's going on? It's me, Casey Jones. And I was like, all right.
No, not Raph.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's,
I thought you said
that's Chris
Casey.
Evans.
Yeah, I was thinking, because we were just talking about Casey, and I was like, Casey Jones also had a pretty offensive accent.
But, like, we give Chris Evans a pass.
Well, because Chris Evans, it works. But at the same time, it was pretty offensive. But, Nolan North did it same. Yeah, he was like, hey, it's me. I'm fucking Raphael. I'm like, all right.
So let's just dive into this overview. So TMNT, also known as TMNT 2007 or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2007, is, well, you guessed it, a 2007 American computer animated
Dude, I actually would have never
film.
guessed.
Written and directed by Kevin
Monroe, who did
Monroe.
He had like nothing under his belt until this movie happened.
Yeah.
And then he still continues to do about nothing because of this movie.
This movie was, if you couldn't absolutely believe it, it was based off the TMNT comic book series, and it is the 4th theatrical Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, and it is the first film made with the computer computer-generated imagery (CGI), created by Imagi Animated Studios, as well as the first feature film in the franchise in 14 years. It is loosely connected to the original 1990-1993 trilogy.
Yeah, I was going to say, they talk about some of the stuff that happened in those movies like it happened to them when they were younger, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Let me do that. Okay. The film series is the four turtles. The film series, we see the four turtles, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. You're playing video games, like, hear the goddamn controller.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dog.
Having grown apart after their final defeat of the
Foot Clan or Shredder?
Well, this word before that.
Arch enemy, dude. Come on.
My brain. Hi, I've been awake for 24 fucking hours.
Come on, man. Arch enemy. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay,
dog?
I'm sorry, but like seeing those words together.
You're like
my brain
Archemy.
Goes,
What's an Archemy?
Yeah. Shredder, but are set to reunite and overcome their fault to save the world as evil agent creatures threaten it.
Yeah, because April O'Neil's like, hey guys, come back together. And I'm like, why are you doing this when it should be like one of the turtles? You know? April, don't get me wrong, in the comics she was always like the through line. Like, she's like their humanity. But like, I would have liked it better if it was like Michelangelo, because he's the heart, you know?
Yeah.
But whatever.
Alright, because I will butcher the fuck out of the cast. Homeboy, hit us off with this cast.
We got a fucking thick cast list. I don't know if I'll recognize everybody's names. Like, I don't recognize who plays Donnie and stuff. But, like, there's a lot of people who are just, like, crazy. We got James Arnold Taylor as Leonardo. Nolan North as Raphael. Mikey Kelly as Michelangelo. Mitchell Whitfield as Donatello. Chris Evans as Casey Jones. Sarah Michelle Gellar as April.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Mako Iwamatsu, who played Splinter. He's Uncle Iroh and Aku before he unfortunately passed away. And then he was replaced, not Splinter, but the other voices were replaced by Greg something. So just to throw that into perspective, if you recognize the voice, yes, that is Uncle Iroh. And yes, that is Aku.
And where are we at now? So the voice actor for Donnie, the only things that are notable here is that he was in an episode of Friends. He was in an episode of The Angry Beavers.
Nice. We like
episode of Buzz Lightyear Star Command.
Oh, he's just like a voice actor from back in the day.
And also just a normal actor as well.
Oh, okay. You were just naming a bunch of voice stuff after Friends. Yeah. We had Patrick Stewart, the fucking GOAT, as Max Winters, one of the worst villains in history.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Okay. Zhang Ziyi as Karai. Fucking your boy John DiMaggio as, what does that say, Santino? Yeah, as Colonel Santino. You have Kevin Michael Richardson, who's a big voice actor, as General Aguila. Oh my god. Oh, it's not blue, that's why. Paula Matoli as General Serpente. Fred Tascator, that's fucking Bane and everything, as General Gato. Frank Welker, that's Scooby-Doo. No, is that Fred Welker? I don't know.
That's Frank Welker.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think who's Scooby-Doo now. Is it Fred or Frank? I thought it was Frank Welker.
Hold on.
Click on him. As General Mono. Kevin Smith as the unnamed diner cook. And then Lawrence Fishburne as the narrator, because fuck yeah,
yes,
Lawrence Fishburne.
This is the guy who does Scooby-Doo.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure I was correct. Yeah, that's the cast, man. Can you believe this cast is that fucking amazing, and this movie is just okay?
Can we also talk about how Lawrence Fishburne was only in the opening, and that's it?
Well, he was the narrator.
I know, but he's only there for the opening.
Hey man, it happens. What are you gonna
do?
So
now the budget of this film, being that it is a fully CGI'd movie, it cost $34 million to make, and its box office return was $95.6 million.
That's actually not too bad for a movie that's considered like not okay.
Can't consider poo-poo.
Considered poopy.
Well, like I said, I like this film. I'm biased. Once again, another film I'm biased towards.
No, I like this film. I just don't love this film, and that's the thing. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, But I do not love this film, and that's a problem. I even like the Michael Bay movies. Like, I love the second movie.
I have
like the first
never
one.
seen the Michael Bay movies.
I think you'd like the first Michael Bay Turtles movie. The first Michael Bay Turtles movie is fucking tolerable. I mean, the second one, I'm sorry, is tolerable.
See, it was like when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is more nightmare fuel than the original live action movie.
Oh yeah, the first
These
one.
turtles are
they look
ugly.
they look like Abomination crossed with fucking like a normal turtle, like Abomination from Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman.
Oh, Doomsday.
Where it was like so bad. I was like, what did I say? I said Doomsday, right?
No, you said Abomination.
Oh, my bad. Oh, he kind of looks like Abomination too.
Yeah.
From the Hulk movie. He looks like them had a baby with a turtle, and it was like, ugh, it's no bueno.
Damn, yeah.
But then in the second movie, once you're okay with how ugly they look, the second movie's actually kind of fucking good. And it feels more like a Turtles movie, because, like, they do a lot of weird shit, and Rocksteady and Bebop are there. The first movie, it's the Turtles fighting Transformer Shredder, where he's like a giant robot for some reason. But then in the second movie, he's played by, like, a thin guy. It's so weird. It's so weird. So, like, at the end of the first TMNT movie from Michael Bay, they kick Shredder off the Empire State Building, because, yeah. So
cool.
They kick him off the Empire State Building and he dies. But he stabs himself with mutagen. As like, oh man, Shredder's gonna turn into a giant monster and fight them in the next movie. In the next movie, he's played by like fucking Ken Watanabe. And that's it. Like, he's not a monster, he's just a guy.
Cool.
And then he's frozen by Krang and took into Dimension X, and that's how that movie ends. And you're like, what? Doesn't make any sense.
So, do you want to know the only thing I know about the second movie outside of what you just told me?
Rocksteady and Bebop?
Yeah, and that Seamus voices, I think, Bebop.
Dude, he is really good. He's Rocksteady. He is really good in that movie. Seamus is so good.
Like, that's the only thing I knew about that movie up until what you just told me.
Yeah, dude, Seamus fucking rock socks in that role. He is good. I don't care what you say. Not you specifically, I meant people. Like, he was good in that movie. Him and, oh god, I forget who plays Bebop. And Bebop's one of my favorite TMNT characters. I just love him. He's a rock and roll pig man. How do you not love that? Anyway, sorry we're talking about Turtles too much.
Yes.
We'll cover the Michael Bay ones at some point, probably. I like them enough to watch them.
To be honest, us talking is pretty good because the notes are bare minimum.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't have any mid-movie notes, because I was like, there's nothing to make notes about this. It's just like...
Besides me, when I, like, legit try every time.
Well, because you try. I'm not going to force myself to go, oh, notes.
Fucking force yourself, god damn it.
No, because then they're not genuine.
I'll read the notes.
You sure? I can hop into it.
I'll read, like, the first 2 paragraphs, and you read.
Not a lot of names, so you should be okay.
A CGI TMNT movie was first announced in 2000 with John Woo supposedly at the helm. This movie, oh my god.
Dude, the John Woo movie was supposed to be fucking sick. The graphics, what? Sorry.
No, I'm trying to, like, that movie,
Languished.
Languish, thank you.
Which does not sound like a word, but it is.
Languish is developed. It was stuck in development hell, and Woo ultimately moved on to other projects.
You know, they released the imagery for that. It looked like the old cartoons with CGI over them doing kung fu stuff, and it kind of looked good. I would have watched it.
Isn't that what Seth Rogen's supposed to do? Because I hear there's like
Seth Rogen is gonna do an animated TMNT movie. Dude, Seth Rogen is fucking becoming like Hollywood's like go-to guy.
For some reason.
He's doing everything. Like, it's ridiculous. He's doing The Boys. He did Invincible. He's doing a lot of comic book stuff. I think he became a big fan. He does The Boys.
The Boys was so... Oh, no, I'm seeing The Good Boys, the one that he did with the kids.
Oh, I didn't see that one yet.
Oh, that's a good movie. That's like... I already had my dream casted. They wanted to do like a future version of them as adults.
Good man.
Already have it down. This was...
Oh, you mean Craig Robinson, Jay Baruchel, and fucking, like, Channing Tatum?
No.
What do you mean?
No.
Craig Robinson's definitely the fat black kid. You can't tell me it's not.
No, really. Is Danny McBride still a good person, or is he canceled?
No, only James Franco's canceled.
Okay,
Danny McBride is still living large. He's good.
Okay, when you watch the movie, you'll know who I picked as Danny McBride.
It's the kid with the curly hair.
No, you'll see. Just fucking watch the movie, goddammit.
I will. It's on HBO, I think, or it's on one of my lists, or it's on Movies Anywhere.
It might be on my Movies Anywhere.
Yeah, it's on the list. I gotta check it out. If you want to force me to watch it, put it on the list, and we'll watch it at some point.
True, and that's pretty true.
That forces me to watch certain things.
Okay, so now back into what we were. So the original 2000 movie was stuck in development hell, but then John Woo just gave up. TMNT executive producer by the TMNT co-creator Peter Laird departed from the previous film's live action style, and it is the first and only CGI film in the series. Riot director Kevin Munro said that he wanted to do a total CGI instead of live action and CGI turtles because it would be easier for the audience to suspend disbelief for such an offbeat story.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, it's like, oh man, there's these monsters, right, that have been around for so long, and they're just hanging out, and the only way to kill them, it's just, we'll get into that. I actually have, if they don't explain what they were, so they hide out for like, what, 3,000 years or something? Like, that's their thing? And why are they all meeting in New York? I'll tell you about it. I found out a little bit of information. If it's not in the notes and if it's not in the plot, I'll let you know what all the monsters are about and why they're all, like, kicking around.
Hunter's fun facts?
I have a fun fact.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I got a fun fact.
As there would be no break between CGI and live action, producer Tom Gary explained that the decision to depart from the live action series was due to the escalating budget for the 3 films, and with each film making less than its predecessor, a CGI film became a reality. For example, the first film made $135.2 million off a budget of $13 million. Oh my god.
Jeez.
And the third movie made $44 million off a budget of $21 million.
Well, that's because the third movie was terrible.
Yeah, the Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
And also they were like in feudal Japan for some reason.
And Vanilla Ice was there. We just don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think they traveled back in time. I think that was the thing. There was like turtles in. It wasn't turtles in time, but it was like.
Oh
Secrets in
yes,
time or something.
yeah.
Like, I don't know, I haven't seen that in forever. I watched the first one every once in a while because it's actually kind of good.
I have never seen any of them.
Oh my god, dude! You got to see the horror. There's a scene where Donatello is laughing, and if you look closely, you can see the guy's eyeballs in his mouth.
Oh no!
It is nightmare fuel, dude, and it's fucking awesome.
See, because you know the person I am. I am an attention to detail
You're gonna
person.
notice it and go, "Oh my god!"
So, Orange Sky Golden Harvest. Orange Sky Golden Harvest rights have the rights to the franchise. Have the rights to the franchise, but it expired. And Gary said the question arose. There over a CGI TMNT in 2004. Monroe stated, in terms of the story line, the idea was floated as an extreme as the Turtles being in space, but eventually it just came back to New York and
Turtles
the theme of family.
I mean, I guess they do space in the 2002 cartoon, so it makes sense. They go
And the
like
theme
Dimension X.
And the theme of family.
Family.
You know,
Dominic Toretto.
Yeah. Had the theme of family that had fallen apart. When developing the screenplay, Monroe wanted to take on a less lighthearted tone or less cowabunga, and said, set in place emphasize the dark elements shown in the original comics to appeal to the mature audience. I'm gonna read up to the last one I'll read is the one that begins with he, so you know.
Where is that? You didn't space everything out. Hold on.
The thing I just highlighted.
That's where you're gonna stop. You're gonna stop at Karai, or you're gonna finish that one up.
Hold on.
Just get to the fucking.
There, I'll stop.
Okay, sounds good. I want to make sure it's like in the middle of a sentence.
I don't care.
Okay.
Really don't care. Place to emphasize the dark elements. So it would appeal to a mature audience. I had a very specific tone because mixing the sort of action and comedy is a very specific thing. Most people were just coming and wanting to make it too funny. I think that version of the movie could do really well, but we wanted to do something where it sort of pushes the envelope a little bit, but more. I'd say the animation is more just comedic animals bumping into each other and farting. Cool, thanks, man.
Madagascar.
Monroe said that the design and in the rendering of the animation, he was after the feel of a comic book. Karai was one of the Monroe's favorite characters in the comics, and he was the one who really pushed for Karai to appear in the film.
Even though she didn't have to be in the film at all, because with Shredder dead and you not involving the Foot Clan, you don't need the Foot Clan in this movie. They had the bad guy go, let's hire the Foot Clan to help me track down these monsters. But it's like, nah, dude, you don't need that. You're an immortal warrior. I think you're fine.
And then, I'm going to finish off the paragraph, I realized.
Yeah, I was going to say, you stopped in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, it stated that it takes place in its own universe, separate from the previous films. But director Monroe says the film exists in the same continuity as the other films, which was supported by Memento.
There was like a wall of Easter eggs.
Yes. All right, pick it up.
Yeah. So
this is the last paragraph.
Development and pre-production on TMNT began in June 2005 at Imagi's Los Angeles facility, and the CGI animation was produced in Hong Kong, followed by post-production in Hollywood. So here's a little bit of fun facts for the Hong Kong stuff. So they didn't understand certain slang that the Americans were using. So every once in a while, Monroe would get like animation cells back or CGI cells and go, "Oh man, that's cool," and the oh god, what's his name? Fucking the Japanese studios thought that he meant, "Oh man, the temperature is really cold in that scene," so they made it look hotter. And he was like, "Why does it look like they're sweaty?" And he's like, "'Cause you said it was cool." And this is like, what? And then there was this moment in time where Hong Kong had like a power outage for a while. So what they would do is they would send the animation cells. They would hand deliver them on a plane. They would get on a plane, fly to Hollywood, and fucking hand deliver the animation cells on a fucking like flash drive,
and then just fucking book it back.
Yeah, they would just go back. It's fucking crazy. Oh, and
it's
another
like,
thing.
Hey, it's like, hey man, here's this like one frame of a kick.
Basically.
All right, have a good day.
Yeah, so I got two more little facts. One of them is with oh god, going back to the animation. So there's a scene where they're in a warehouse and they're fighting, right? And there's these wood boxes, and Kevin Monroe and his animation team said, "Hey, could you put pallets and stuff in the warehouse on top of the wood boxes and underneath the boxes?" The Japanese, the Hong Kong animators didn't know what he meant by pallets, so there is a design of human mouth pallets on the bottom of boxes that is unused.
That's amazing.
Like a box gets knocked over, and then there's just a mouth.
That's awesome.
That's what they thought, and I was like, "What is happening? How stupid were people back in 2007?"
That's so cool. Hey, I'm so happy they kind of know. I'm so happy they kind of know our slang now. But damn, that's so cool.
It's just like, oh my god, like I said, how can some people just be so like out of touch with like terminology? Just Google Translate it. Like, Google Translate what fucking pallet is. I understand cool. Yeah, cool means like, oh man, that's chill. You know, that's okay, temperature jokes. So like, fucking Google Translate pallet. What does pallet say? It doesn't say mouth. It says one of three options, probably.
To be honest, so it's just speaking of like cool, and then the temperature of this movie, it felt like Zack Snyder directed an animated movie.
Dude, it is very Zack Snyder because it's
so dark.
They were like, we wanted it to be dark and gritty because we wanted it to be more in the tone of the comic books. In the comic books, they fucking kill people all the time. They would like the old Eastman and Laird ones. They like killed people.
So I want to read like I guess the newest comic book. Or
the IDW. Oh, you mean Last Ronin? Okay.
Yeah, the art looks so cool.
That's Kevin Eastman. That's why. Oh, it's Eastman and one of his buddies. That's because that was one of the stories that Kevin Eastman wanted to do. Back before he thought the comic was going to take off, when it was just selling okay, he was like, yeah, and once I finish up my TMNT story, I'm going to jump to the future and tell this one last story about the last Ronin, the last surviving turtle. And then TMNT took off and became this fucking international, like, super pop culture thing, and he was like, well, can't tell this story for a while. And then eventually, I think last year, he announced that he was just going to do it, and then it finally came out, and it's really, really good.
Because, like, that art of it, like, just, like, I'm going to pull it up, and actually, I'm actually going to save it to my computer, so I remember to put it in the episode.
Yeah, so you can give some people some,
It's, like, The Last Ronin 3, right?
The Last Ronin 3 is the new one. That's the one with the Casey Jones mask on the front.
Alright, I got it. I'm just typing Last Ronin. But no, I got just, like, I saw the thumbnail. Like I saw the picture of like all the masks, just it was like all the masks on someone's blade.
Yeah, on Leo's sword.
And I'm like, this looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's a really good book so far. I mean, I totally guessed who the turtle was right off the bat, but I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody who wants to go check it out.
Well, now we just did, but
how? I didn't say who it was.
Yes, we did. We said it was Leo.
No, that's Leonardo's sword. The turtle, the last surviving turtle, has every single weapon.
Oh.
Yeah, he has all the weapons of his fallen brothers. Yeah, it's good shit, dude. Definitely check it out. You'd like it a lot.
I think I'm probably seeing who the turtle is by scrolling through these images.
You should stop scrolling through the covers don't reveal it, but you should stop scrolling through the images because it might reveal it by accident. Because the turtle wears a black mask instead of any color. So it's not like you're going to get a spoiler through the interior if you're looking at pictures. You have to read the dialogue bubbles. The dialogue tells you straight up who it is right at the end of the first issue. But, you know, I guessed it because it makes the most sense. IMO. All right, back to this. Where were we? In designing the New York backdrop, art concept designer Simon Merton stylized the familiar Manhattan skylines and urban landscapes. He said, we began with cinematic cues from certain black and white films from the 1940s and 50s. He said, I really wanted to push the lighting and the environments to create the look and feel of an alternate reality. Because, you know, it's got to be weird with turtles being human-sized and running around and with monsters.
Yeah.
And the animators that worked on the fight sequences were inspired by Hong Kong action films. Animation director Kim Oh said that that's weird. That because of CGI, they were able to push and stylize beyond the limits of live action. Imagi used Audio Disc Maya with Pixar's RenderMan for production in the back end. So, fun fact again about some of this: Imagi only made one other movie after this, and it was Astro Boy. They were working on 4 movies at the time. TMNT, which had a planned trilogy. Astro Boy, Gotcha Man, which is like Power Rangers mixed with Voltron. And it's based off a Japanese manga and property. And then Legend of Zelda. They were going to do a Legend of Zelda animated movie back in like 2011. But because of Astro Boy's flop, they got shut down. Big sad.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see more from them. The animation studio, the animation wasn't ugly. That's not the problem. It's just the movies they were putting out were just mediocre. And it's not because of them. It's because of the... I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the scenes were a little scary with the human faces. But that comes with, you know, aging your animation process. You get better and better. Look at fucking Pixar. They didn't start out looking gold. They looked ugly at first. Look at fucking the bad guy from Toy Story. Oh, my God. Sid? Oh, monster.
Sid was like his face was copy and pasted, I think, to everyone. No wait, that was Andy, because if you look at the birthday scene, it's just Andy over and over again.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. But there you go. Like, look at that. Like, with time, you get better animation. And then look at Toy Story 3 with adult Andy looking smooth as hell. Like, you know, it just comes with the territory. I still want to
know, what did those toys go through when he discovered things on the internet?
He put them in a box. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, but you know, for like in the moments they probably peaked, they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, because they were humans and they saw him like fucking.
Like what?
They're like, "Oh my god, Andy, no!"
What's going on?
Oh, I didn't know Andy got a new snake toy.
Oh, have you seen the memes of like, I wonder what the toys in Annie's mom's drawer go through.
Oh, they probably fucking live in it, dude. They're probably like, woo! Rabbits, baby, let's go.
Oh man,
I believe that's a brand or a style.
it's a toy.
It was in a TikTok.
It's a toy. Trust me.
Oh, it's in a song. I'm sorry, not a TikTok. Oh, you know? That's weird. You got one, homie?
No, I've had girlfriends, man. Come on.
My girlfriend don't need one. She good. She has something else. It's not a rabbit.
We don't want to know. We don't want to know.
Neither does
I do
my
not
girlfriend.
want to do any more editing to this fucking thing.
You don't need to edit. I didn't say what it was.
Because you say, oh, it's so easy. Hey man, you do a single track. I do a multi-track.
Well, you choose to do a multi-track, dog.
Well, because I'm not recording your audio and you're not recording my audio. I record my own audio.
But we could.
No, because I rather there be no bad connection flaws because of the connection and the recording. So that way each thing sounds smooth on both ends.
Cool. One last fun fact. That you know that fight scene that happened like right in front of the tower, like the big building that the bad guys in.
Yes.
That took 1 year to make.
Oh
It's only 1 minute of animation.
That makes sense.
But it was a 1 minute full tracking shot. It took a year to make.
That makes sense. Well, it took a month for them to make the Quicksilver scene in Apocalypse with the mansion blowing up.
That's crazy.
It took them a month to film that.
Well, it's a month, not a year. Which is nuts for a movie. If you took imagine, I mean, I understand you could have people working on that on the side, and then, like, you start it, and then you're like, all right, like, everyone work on something else while this team is still doing the tracking shots for that. I get you can have what's the word, delegate? But, like, dude, imagine just working on that scene for a whole year, and that's the only thing you do. While everyone else is, like, animating the turtles, like, goofing off and having fun, you have to do this 1 minute long single tracking scene that if fucked up, you have to fix everything. Like, it's gotta, like, kill somebody on the inside.
Alright, Hunter. Speed through the plot.
Let's get with this plot. I gotta scroll down. 3,000 years ago, a warlord named Yautl opens a portal into a parallel universe, potentially Dimension X. The portal's energies grant Yautl and his 4 sibling generals immortality, but their generals are turned to stone. The portal also releases 13 immortal monsters that destroy his army and his enemies, while becoming the famous mythical monsters of legend as centuries pass. I'll talk about that in a sec. Actually, I'll talk about it now because it's breaking the paragraph. So, a lot of those monsters, like the big monkey one, was the Yeti. The little guy eating the food was the Jersey Devil. So a lot of the monsters, like, oh, where did they go for 3,000 years? How were they not, like, seen? It's because they were like Bigfoot and, the Yeti and Jersey Devil and, the Mothman. Like, some of them were like, not Mothman specifically, but you know what I mean. Like, they were all these urban legends that were just hanging out. So it explains why, where'd they go? Hiding, kind of. In the present, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have grown apart after defeating the Shredder. Master Splinter has sent Leonardo to Central America to fight Fidel Castro. Donatello works as an IT specialist. Michelangelo works at a birthday party entertainer called Cowabunga Carl. Love that little Easter egg, Cowabunga. And Raphael continues to fight crime as a mass vigilante known as the Night Watcher, which is such an edgy, generic name, which he keeps secret from his family and friends. The Turtles' old friend, April O'Neil, now operates a shipping company, because of course she does, that locates and acquires relics for collectors, assisted by her boyfriend, Casey Jones.
Okay, so Night Watcher may be edgy, and it may be just your typical, like, just Raphael thing, but hey, watching it back, it's still fucking cool.
Oh, it's good sequences. I'm not saying it's not cool, but it's like edgy 2007, 2009, like, Yep, that makes sense. Call him
Because-
the Night Watcher.
Because, like, I think, well, can't really say that Hot Topic had this shit, because 2007 Hot Topic was an actual Gothic store that sold just band tees. But if this movie was to come out now, you can definitely tell that there would have been Night Watcher shirts.
Oh,
and
dude,
Hot Topic.
you can probably still find stuff like that kicking around somewhere.
I'm not going to look for it.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're gonna come back next week and be like, "Hey, man, I got a Night Watcher shirt."
Fuck off. No.
Yes. So April then travels to Central America for work and finds Leo, telling him that his brothers have drifted apart. She returns to New York City with a statue for wealthy tycoon Max Winters. That's Patrick Stewart. Leo also returns, and Casey and April deliver the statue to Winters. Winter hires Shredder's former second-in-command, Karai, which is his daughter, and her Foot Ninja clan, at least it was kind of his daughter in the comics, it's confusing, to search the city for the 13 monsters before the portal opens again. So, every 3,000 years the portal opens, but the monsters have been kicking around for the last 3,000 years. You're telling me you couldn't have captured one of them? One of them. One of them is in Jersey, and you're in New York. Go get it.
Well,
Anyway.
plot, man.
I know. And I know that his main thing was, oh, I just want to die. He also wanted to resurrect his brothers and sisters, so I understand why he's also the villain. I remembered when they said that his brothers got, the siblings got frozen in stone. Because you forget about it until the end of the movie. So yeah, he wanted to revive them and then die, I think. That was his whole thing. So they were going to, like, be evil or some shit. I forget. Or the siblings got mad because they didn't get to live and it was stupid. It's just movie. Anyway. Second in command, Karai, monsters. Raph encounters Casey, who reveals his knowledge of Raph's double identity and joins him in hunting criminals. Winters, who is actually Yaddle, got him, reanimates his 4 stone generals using technology created by his company. That's what it is. Leo returns to the turtle sewer lair, reuniting with Splinter and his brothers. Splinter forbids the turtles from fighting crime until they can act as a team again. While training, the turtles encounter one of the beasts, Bigfoot. The turtles engage Bigfoot, going against Leonardo and Splinter's orders, and coming into conflict with the Foot Clan in the process. While the turtles and the Foot Clan fight, a fleeing Bigfoot is captured by the generals. The next day, Splinter sees a news report of the destruction left in the wake of the battle and sharply reprimands his sons for disobeying him. Raphael later visits Casey, and they encounter Vampire Succubor, another one of the monsters. They witness its capture by the Foot and Stone generals, but are spotted. Despite a successful escape, Raph is injured and knocked out. Casey takes Raph back to the apartment, while April calls the other turtles for help and realizes the identities of Yaddle and his generals. After being revived... Why? He wasn't dead, he was unconscious. After being revived, Raph suggests they pursue Yaddle before Leonardo forbids him to go until Splinter... Yeah, but that's what it is. Leonardo forbids him to go until Splinter gives him permission. Raphael angrily quits the team and investigates alone. Because, he quit before. Why not quit again? Whatever. Scroll. Leo, Donnie, and Mikey plan their next move, and Donatello discovers the next portal will open over Winter's Tower. Convenient. I don't know if he was able to control where it goes, or if that's just like he built his tower there, and he's like, this is where the portal opened last time. Splinter tells Leonardo that his team is incomplete, and that he knows what he must do. After 11 monsters have been captured, General Aguila questions Yaddle's plan for them and the portal. Yaddle reveals that he wishes to free his generals from their stone prisons and break the curse that keeps him alive. He just wants to die. The generals conspire to betray Yaddle, wanting him to remain immortal, because, why die? As the Night Watcher, Raph encounters the Jersey Devil, one of the remaining monsters, but drives it off. Leo, not recognizing his brother, Hal, pursues the Night Watcher across the city, believing him to be nothing but an arrogant thug who looks like a turtle. After a brief fight, Leo discovers Raph is the Night Watcher. The brothers argue about how much things have changed since Leo left. Another fight breaks out, but when Raph breaks Leo's swords and almost runs his brother through with his size, he flees in a fit of guilt and shame. The general sees a weakened Leo, intending to substitute him for the 13th missing beast. Don't know how that works. He is monster, so monster bad. Kind of how that goes.
Yeah.
And Raph decides to make amends by rescuing Leo. As the portal opens, Yaddle discovers his general's treachery, while Splinter and the Turtles, accompanied by Casey and April, fight their way through the Foot Clan. This is the big sequence. And breach the tower. Yaddle admits to the heroes that he only wants to send the monsters back to where they came from, and the generals reveal they intend to use the portal to bring in more monsters to conquer the world. So he's not the bad guy, but he's pitched as the bad guy until the end. Refusing to betray Yaddle in exchange for serving the generals, Kai, oh my god, who am I? Karai, April, Casey, and the Foot Clan work together, searching for the final monster, fucking Loch Ness Monster. That's what it is. While the Turtles fight the generals, Splinter and Yaddle face off, fight off numerous monsters emerging from the portal. April, Casey, and Karai arrive at the tower with the sea monster. The sea monster crashes into the generals, dragging them into the portal before it closes. Karai warns them to enjoy the victory while it lasts, cryptically claiming that soon they will contend with faces from their past before vanishing, which means they're trying to bring Shredder back to life, because that's what the second movie was going to be. A now mortal Yaddle honors Splinter and the Turtles, thanking them for fulfilling his wish before dissipating. Splinter places Yaddle's helmet among his trophy collection, as well as Nightcrawler, Raph's Nightwatcher helmet, and Mikey's Cowabunga Carl head. As they return to their roles as Shadow Guardians in New York City, Raph says that the Turtles will always be brothers.
And that was it?
Yeah, man, so they teased up the, like I said before, the Shredder, like, oh, a monster from your past will come back, because they were going to revive the Shredder, but no.
This movie failed,
and then in the third movie, they were supposed to travel to Japan, and Splinter was going to die.
Again.
Yeah.
So, I can't find the, like the last Ronin cover that I want to use as the picture here.
Just put up a couple.
Well, like, I want to specifically use the one where I think it was, like, it was the hand holding all the mask. Like,
I think that was one of the A variants.
Because, like, I want to use that one, but I don't know how to fucking find it.
Look up, TMNT Last Ronin variant covers.
Okay.
You should be able to find it that way.
And survey says... I don't think so, Chief.
I'll try to look for it.
Yeah. Try to look for it as I'm going through my notes.
Yeah, I'll look for it as you're doing that.
All right.
Hit up with your mid-movie notes, because I have none, because
yes.
I've seen this before.
So, as I stated before, the last time I saw this movie was when it came out in theaters. The animation is kind of rough, but in the lore building portion, that's when the animation looks at its worst, in my opinion.
Yeah, when they're doing like the weird comic-y stuff, where it's just like, here it is.
Another major note within this is this was my intro to TMNT outside of like the 4Kids Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, so, the 2002 cartoon.
No, I think it was like it was like the late 2001.
Oh, the CGI one?
No. Like the really gritty animated one. Like probably like the 2005, 2006 one.
I don't know what you're talking about. The only one that came out was the 2002 one, where they're like cartoons.
Hold on. TMNT.
You're not speaking my language. I don't think... Is it this one?
TMNT 4Kids. It was the 2003 one.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
That one. Yeah, that one.
You'll be telling me I was wrong, dog.
Because you are wrong. You're always wrong.
I'm not. I'm always right.
Tech support Donnie.
Yeah. Welcome to tech support.
So this movie kind of made me love Raph a lot, and
Raph has always been my favorite turtle. He's cool, but rude.
Just seeing him as Night Watcher just was fucking badass. Like it gave me heavy Batman vibes. Is this the one? Did you?
I sent it to you. This one?
I think it was that one. I don't.
I'm not seeing the one where there's nothing with holding it in the hands. I think
for some reason
I
remember there being one.
That might be fan art that you saw somewhere.
Beats the shit out of me. Mikey is the best dude bro ever. That's just being honest.
He's always been the best dude bro.
Casey fucking Jones, voiced by Chris fucking Evans.
There's this one by Boss Logic.
That, yes, this one. It was this one.
Okay, and then there's one more. I forget who. It didn't tell me who did this one. Just show all three on the screen. Yeah. And then
they'll
there's
be on
that
the screen.
one.
They'll be on the screen now.
Yeah, but you said you saw the Boss Logic one, so.
Yes, this one is the one that looks the most familiar.
Yeah, I think he did get that as a variant cover for somebody, because sometimes like Boss Logic will get a couple for like his local comic shop that they commissioned for him. So that might have been that, or he might have just done fan art because he likes the Turtles.
And it was definitely this one, because I just remember it being like something like that.
Yeah, you probably saw it on Instagram because you follow Boss Logic.
Either that or I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
As well. Let me just save these images so I know where to put them.
Yeah. Like 50 minutes in.
Yeah, I need to write that down because I will fucking forget.
Just a little bit of 50 minutes into the movie. into the episode.
50 minutes into the movie. So actually, because I did not, I was supposed to, like, I normally watch the movies, like, the week before we do, or maybe, like, the night before.
Yeah.
But I just didn't do it this time. Why? Because I forgot, actually.
Oh, because we switched up the recording date, so you weren't, like, prepared. You were like,
I legit forgot. I'm like, oh, wait, I have to watch a movie.
Yeah. You're like, ruh-roh, Raggy.
Because I was like, oh, wait, it's 7 o'clock, and I haven't watched it yet. I was like, you know what? Let me just go into this movie blind as a bat.
Never.
Let me just go into this review not watching the movie for the first time ever. and have, like, Hunter kill me.
Hey, man. If you've never seen the movie, I ask you to watch it. If you have seen it and you can't watch all of it, it is what it is, as long as you watch some of it so you have something to talk about.
Yeah. I mentioned this earlier. I do want Chris Evans as Casey Jones. Just have him grow out his hair. Or hell, even in this universe, have him have a nice short-haired Casey Jones.
Are you talking about Stephen Amell, who didn't grow his hair out at all and had his Oliver Queen hair but black?
We don't talk about Stephen Amell here.
I like Stephen Amell though. He's okay.
Stephen Amell's a cool person, but we don't talk about Stephen Amell here. I'm talking about Chris Evans.
You're saying Chris Evans, like Stephen Amell, didn't do everything you're asking.
Don't worry about it.
In the Michael Bay movies, you're like, I want a live action one. I'm like, Steven. You're like, it was short hair. I'm like, Steven. Watch the second Turtles movie. It's good. Watch the Turtles Michael Bay movies. They're not that bad.
I want Chris Evans. Thank you very much.
No, Chris Evans would be good, obviously. And dude, you know Josh Peck was him in one of the cartoons?
Really?
Josh Peck voiced Casey Jones in the 2013 animated show.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Hug me, brother.
Oh fuck! But another thing came into my head. So before, like, there was in the YouTube death battles.
Oh god.
Death battle. So one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day, John Morrison, played Casey Jones in that.
Oh, and the OG.
And he's a good Casey Jones as well. He's like a good, like, B-movie Casey Jones.
That's good.
But moving back on, it says, I want Chris Evans as Casey Jones. Don't bring up Stephen Amell.
I'm going to bring it up if you keep saying stuff that Stephen Amell did as Casey Jones.
Who?
Stephen Amell did as Casey Jones. Oh, I get it. It went over my head the first time. I get it. You know.
Don't know who that is. All I know is Chris Evans.
You know, Green Arrow, the guy who crashed one of the wrestling matches to fight Goldust for whatever reason because he wanted to be more popular, so he can get a wrestling show on Stars.
Cool. Moving on.
Who?
But Big Boss is definitely not the bad guy.
Oh yeah,
100%. Not obvious at all.
Patrick Stewart's not the bad guy at all. Why would they get Patrick Stewart to be a random businessman? That's weird.
The animation is definitely, if Zack Snyder directed this. The monsters, the monster designers are really good, to be honest.
Oh yeah, no, the art direction is good in this movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to shit on the art direction. It's just everything else.
That thing got bopped. This is when kind of like that Gollum bat thing.
Yeah, the succubus thing. The vampire.
I guess so. Yeah, and the sibling, like the bigger one, just picked up the dumpster and went. Cool.
Yeet.
Just cool. It's dead. Fun. Sometimes this has Hoodwink animation vibes.
Oh my god, Hoodwink is so good though.
It is. I can watch that movie and still kind of chuckle at a lot of things.
Going back and watching that movie, it is so ugly. Oh my god,
it's so ugly, but yet it's so good.
The humor holds up.
It's so good. Because
like
when you watch it now, you're like, this had a lot more adult humor than I remembered.
Oh, dude, yeah, I remember watching it because there's a sequel that came out a couple years later,
which is
and I was it was okay, and I was a little bit older, so I watched the first one again, and I was like, the first one is still good.
So I actually saw the first one in theaters with my mom.
I think I did too. I'm not 100% positive on that though.
Then I said, why does the diner have a silent alarm?
Sometimes you gotta, dude, it's New York. You gotta protect yourself. You know?
Yeah, I know, but so it's a fucking diner, man.
Oh, dude, I know, you're telling me.
I forgot how awesome this rain scene was. I need more Casey Jones. Shut up. And I wish this movie did better in the box office, but you can't win them all.
It did pretty good in the box office, to be fair.
I'm not talking about, like, numbers-wise. I'm talking about just, like, critical-wise.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I kind of mean by it, but I wish it did better in the box office. But now, without further ado, let's get into this review. As of May 2021, the film holds a 34% approval rating on the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, based off of 119 reviews, with an average of 4.96 out of 10 from critics and a 60% from the audience.
Yeah, the audience likes it.
With 250,000 plus reviews, the critical consensus reads, TMNT's art direction is splendid, but the plot is non-existent and the dialogue lacks the irony and goofy wit of the early TMNT movies.
Yo, this guy's spitting facts.
But to be honest, it was stated why they didn't do goofy shit. But
we didn't know that going into the movie, and that the critical consensus was probably written when it first came out.
Now, because I gave this quite a high score, kind of higher than people would want me to put it at.
Not really. I think, if nostalgia-wise, that's not a bad score. I feel like if I didn't come into it with a little bit of a grain of salt, because I remembered it being okay, I think I would have been like, oh, man, this was great. But I kind of shit on it. I was like, yo, dog.
It's mainly the fight scenes is what kind of brought it up a lot.
Oh, dude, the animation.
That's why for me. So the good review comes from Tim Garrison of Screen International. The strongest ingredient remains. No, is that right? Yeah, ingredient remains the 4 reptiles.
Incorrigible.
Thank you. Incorrigible charm with easily outclasses. Excuse me, a muddled storyline, and concessions to I picked the fucking terrible review to read.
Yeah, too much words.
Prepubescent male audience. So, the bad review had no name to it. It just came from that site.
Really interesting. So we got a bad review from the Hollywood Reporter. It might have been like one of the guys they fired or redacted.
Yep.
The characters look like plastic dolls and the story is recycled sci-fi. That's so generic. It is a bad review, but you gave me such a generic review.
Okay, there's no other good ones that actually are like cohesive.
Like insulting? Yeah, okay, I got you.
Like
they're probably like my review where it's like, it's stinky.
They're there, but this one is the most like good cookie cutter bad review that I would pick out. So Hunter, what'd you give this film?
I gave this film 5. Why is this cast so good out of 10? Because the cast is so good, but the movie is just not there. It's not doing it for me. I give my little explanation. I said, love this as a kid, but going back now, it's ugly, boring, and filled with plot holes. Only thing they got right was the turtles' personalities. This had potential, but it killed its trilogy. Even the Michael Bay movies were better. I would still hold that up. Don't get me wrong. This isn't better than the first Michael Bay movie, but it's better. No, this is better than the first one, but it's not better than the second one.
Mm.
This is definitely top 5 TMNT movies content for sure. Probably like number 4, give or take. But it just doesn't. I don't know, man.
And
maybe watching it with, like, maybe when I have kids and I watch it with them, maybe I'll change my mind and be like, yo, this is actually fire. But we'll see.
And as for me, I gave it, hey, look, I grabbed the toast. I gave it 8. 8. Hey, look, I grabbed the toaster. That line was said when we were first seeing Night Watch come on screen. I give it, so I'm going to repeat,
robbers, right?
8. Hey, look, I grabbed the toaster out of 10. The reasoning for this is this movie is just a fun watch. I can't nitpick it too hard, being that this movie holds a very special spot in my heart, in my childhood heart. But it does have its flaws. Have its flaws from some of the animation and the story beats, but overall this movie is worth a watch. It's definitely, it's not like don't watch this film and just burn it. It's like, watch it, experience it.
Oh yeah, it's not that bad. I'd definitely check it out. Like, this is a watchable movie.
Yeah, just watch it, experience it, and if you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. This movie is not perfect by any means.
That's on you, homie.
Anywho, we've been here for an hour, surprisingly.
Well, it's because I got a lot to talk about with the turtles. Even if I didn't have any notes, I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so that's shit to say.
And we bantered a lot.
Oh yeah.
So, thank you guys for listening. You can follow us on Instagram at Box Office Losers and on Twitter at Box Office Loser for up-to-date news. Whenever the podcast gets dropped, updates on recording schedules and shit like that.
Yeah, because we just moved our schedule around. Yes. It's coming out on Wednesdays now.
Wednesday for audio, Thursday for video.
Yeah.
So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to wherever podcasts are found, leave a review on whatever podcast platform you are listening to, share it with your friends. Do whatever you can. It really does help us out in the algorithm. Anywho, Hunter, where can we find you?
You can find me pretty much everywhere at Scruffy Moose Man on social media. You can find me every Wednesday at Android's Amazing Podcast, which is a comic book podcast I do with my co-host. And you can find me every Thursday at Farthest Galaxy. It's a Star Wars podcast I do with my best friend. So, without any further ado, Zach, where can we find the big glorious Outlaw of Long Island?
Oh, how dare you bring that up? You can find me at Dark Shadows Egg literally everywhere on social media platforms. And, well, you can see me be my persona of the Outlaw of Long Island on 2 different shows. The first show I'm going to mention is the AEW Injection. Right now, our schedule is a bit fucked up thanks to the NBA Finals. Gotta love that, so...
You gotta love priority.
So then, recording's a bit after. We normally record Wednesdays right after Dynamite, but now we've been recording Fridays or Saturdays or whenever the show airs now. So bear with us until we get back to normal. You can also catch me every week on the Sports Hit List YouTube channel for my pro wrestling what ifs. That's where I pose a question of the what if of pro wrestling, and my panel with the revolving door of guests give me their takes and what their biggest what ifs are. The what if for factions comes out Monday, so it'll be out a couple days past after this thing is aired. Anywho,
before we close out, I'm surprised that your boss man didn't like your idea for the what ifs. I understand his ideology of, it's fact. What's fact is fact. There's no what ifs. But at the same time, like, it's storytelling. Wrestling is storytelling.
It's
what if, you know what I mean? Like, these are real things. I don't know why he was like, nah, man, that sounds fucking lame.
Well, no, like, it's not that it sounds lame. It's that he doesn't want. Because the whole motto of the Sports Hit List is there's no ifs in sports, only facts.
Yeah.
And I can respect that 100%. I do. It's just that for me personally, I am the biggest fantasy booker when it comes to wrestling. I love thinking of storylines and what could have happened and what should happen. But yeah. So anyway, guys, we thank you all for listening. We'll catch you all next week. That is when we will be reviewing Scroll up back to the
Da,
top.
da, 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 da.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh yes, thank God, a great movie.
And then afterwards, we got the Goonies after that.
oh my God, we're gonna be fucking nutting all
We
over
got,
these
like-
fucking weeks. We got some good shit.
Yeah. So, guys,
All right,
we appreciate it all. We'll catch you all next week. Goodbye.
peace.